thought I would do a video on one of my favorite bags and also one of my most used bags. And I originally did a review on this bag, but it looked very different. This is the Carson Shoulder Bag in the pattern Heirloom Paisley. This was a fall 2017 pattern, I believe. I've had this particular bag since, I think, probably fall, something like that, of 2018. And I would say this is probably my most used bag. I use it every day for work. I use it every day for travel or whatever. I took this bag style everywhere with me. And I had originally purchased it off of eBay. It was already used, and I only paid like $20 or $25 for it at the time. And it was already like really soft from use, and you know, as Vera Bradley cotton wears, it does start to get a little bit wrinkly, as you can see. And this has been washed too, probably at least 3 times since I've had it. Which is fine, as long as it's clean. The wrinkles and the softness doesn't bother me at all. But while I've always loved this bag, there was only one real thing that bothered me. Originally, you know, no one, or almost no one, likes these hard zippers, but on this bag in particular, it's a hard zipper, but it moves really smoothly, so I did get over that. But the thing that did really bother me was the front flap on this bag. If you go back, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 videos, the video is titled National Handbag Day. This is the bag that I featured, and you'll see in that video that it has a front flap. That's how the bag is originally made. That's how you purchase it. It has a front flap and a magnetic snap pleatherette button at the bottom. I took all of that off with just a pair of scissors. And when I was doing that, this was months ago now, probably last October or something like that is when I did that modification. I fell in love with this bag style more than I ever thought I would like it. Because I already really liked it and I was using it a lot, obviously, but a common problem with that Carson shoulder bag front flap, it doesn't really affect the Carson mini shoulder bag at all. I love the flap on that. It functions well. But on this particular one, so this one has 2 pockets, whereas the Carson mini just has the one front pocket with the flap. I never have any problems getting that pocket to open and close, even though it has that magnetic snap like this one does. This one has 2 pockets, 2 separate slip pockets, and it had like a pleatherette strip with the magnetic snap in the middle. And so when the flap would land on that, it'd be really difficult to pull up the flap without yanking on that pleatherette piece, which eventually would weaken that. And especially because my bag was used, I could see little threads starting to loosen up because I was constantly putting pressure on that pleatherette piece. So I took the risk. I knew this bag was really used, and that if I was upset that the bag got damaged from me modifying and taking that front flap off, I would be okay because they make more of these every day. So that's exactly what I did. I just took a pair of regular house scissors and I cut the flap off. Now I am going to get in closer here to show you. I actually do have 2 Carson shoulder bags, both in Heirloom Paisley, because I did buy a replacement back in October. I think it was October, but it's been months since I've had this one, and I always switch back and forth because they both do have 2 different feels, because this one's used and the other one's new. So the other one's like stiff and stands up nice and tall, whereas this one, when you load it up and wear it, it does slouch, which I love that. I love the slouch too. It's like a traditional hobo bag. But I am going to get you in close, so I apologize if my head is cut off for a minute, but I just want you to see what I did up close here. So the flap was connected right here, all the way across the top. I just took a pair of scissors and wedged it underneath the flap. I didn't cut the fabric, I cut the thread. So that means you have, I'm not recommending that you do this, but I'm just telling you what I did. I just you know, tried to get the scissors where the stitching was and cut very carefully, very slowly along the stitching. And if I was unsure, like, what I was cutting, because sometimes it's really hard to see underneath the flap, just, you can cut the fabric of the flap, because later on you can go back in and like trim that down. So that's what I did. I cut the stitching. It's really hard to see. You cannot see it. And I'm going to show you this one here in a moment. You can't see the pinholes on this one, barely at all, where the flap was detached. Because it is attached in two different places. It was attached here, and then it was attached down here where the interior pattern starts. And you can actually see where I took that flap off on this one. So you can see bits and pieces of that old flap right there. I cut it down as far as I could get it, honestly. It's really not that noticeable. It's just a little bit of white cotton in there. But it's not bad. It's not noticeable at all. And then that gave me a brand new bag with two very functional, easy to access pockets without having to worry about messing with that annoying flap and snap closure. I obsessed over this bag and used it basically up until I got the, it's called the mini backpack. It's like the velvet blackberry wine one. As soon as I got that one, I did switch over to that one, and I used that for a while. But this is like my go-to bag. Like if I'm looking for a bag that's not too big, not too small, that I can stuff a little bit extra if needed, I do go to this one or my 100 handbag. I do love my 100 handbags, but I feel much more comfortable carrying this one crossbody just because of its shape. And it just slouches so naturally, especially if you have a used one like this. If you're wondering where the straps are, so with the Carson line, you are able to easily remove the straps, and you can put the straps on different bags. You can take them off and put on a new strap. So I currently have my crossbody strap to this one on my other one, and I'll explain why here in a second. But I just wanted to show you the original Carson shoulder bag modification that I did. And it is just so soft. It's so lightweight. I feel like it weighs almost nothing. It's just, the pockets are amazing. So you do have the two big slip pockets. You have one big slip on the back with that charger grommet. You've got the inside zipper, which it is a hard zipper, but on this it's so smooth. I don't know why. Maybe because it's been used for so long, but it's really nice and smooth. And then it opens up. My cat is messing around near my camera, and I have my iPad charged, like it's plugged in because it's almost dead, and he's messing with the cord. So please stop it. Please stop it, okay? You stop it. Yeah, so it does open up nice and wide. You've got your standard configuration with your zip pocket in the back and your two slip pockets on the front. So that is the Carson shoulder bag in a nutshell. I'm going to show you the one that I'm currently using, which is the exact same bag. It's just a newer one. So let me show you here. So this is my older one. As you can see, the colors are a little bit faded, especially you could tell by looking at the dark green. That's my cat. I might have to open the window so he can sit on the windowsill because he's bumping up against the table, and I really don't want him to knock the camera over. Here you go, bud. Go ahead and sit on the ledge, okay? I don't know if you'll be able to see him in the back, like if he walks behind me or not, but it's my black cat, Popey, the one that loves to cause trouble and knock things over, especially when I'm filming. Like, he's knocked over my iPad probably half a dozen times at least since I started making these videos. So I just try to create a comfortable environment for him so he doesn't feel the need to knock my stuff over. So anyway, this is the newer one. This is my original one. You can see it even looks smaller because it's so, like, this one's soft too, but this one has stiffness to it because it's newer. Whereas this one is just completely soft. As you can see how easily it scrunches up. And I love that. I am not going to get rid of this until it literally falls apart and I cannot use it anymore. That's how much I love this bag. But because I love Heirloom Paisley and because I love this bag style modified like this, I did get a second one. I got this one off of eBay. It came from a seller who was selling a bunch of these. He had, he or she, they had the Carson Shoulder Bag and Heirloom Paisley, and they also had a bunch in Lilac Medallion. For me, Lilac Medallion is a little bit tricky because there's so many cut up pieces with the pockets and stuff. I don't know, I didn't want to take a chance on the, you know, because it's a circular pattern, you know, there are a lot of circle shapes all over it. I just didn't want to take the chance of getting a bag with like really cut up medallions or whatever. So I went with my tried and true Heirloom Paisley. I don't think there's a bad part of this pattern, so I knew, you know, even if I was going to take the flap off, which I knew I was going to do, when I got it, I would be okay with whatever pattern placement was underneath the flap. So that's what I did. So the seller shipped this to me, and it was new with tags and everything, but it didn't come with the crossbody strap. It only came with that seatbelt material shoulder strap. And I messaged him as soon as I got it, and I said, did you forget to put the crossbody strap in the mail? And he said, no, it doesn't come with the crossbody strap, just the one strap. And I thought about like arguing, like not arguing, but like saying, well, this bag style comes with 2 straps. And then I thought, well, I only paid $25 for it. It was brand new. I'm just gonna take it. And I already have an Heirloom Paisley Carson, so I can just use this strap. The only thing that I'm fearful of is that this is already really soft. It's not tearing yet, thank goodness, but it's already really soft and a little bit faded from being used so much. So I don't know how much life I'm gonna be able to get out of this before it just gives up on me. Hopefully it lasts me at least. And because I have many different Vera Bradley bags, I'm not going to beat up on this one for like a whole entire year. Unless, I mean, I've done that before. I've definitely used the same bag for a year. It's been a little bit since I've done that, but I can see if I use this bag all year, every day, this strap probably would have trouble making it into 2021. But I do switch bags often, so hopefully this can at least last me another year and a half, maybe 2 years. I think I'll keep my eye out in the next online outlet sale, because if they do have another one of these, I will just get it so I can have this crossbody strap. But I think the last time I checked, there were no more of these in the sale. So I might just have to keep an eye out on eBay for a really good deal to get this strap. So I probably should have been more upset with the guy, but it's also on me because I should have checked all the pictures. I just assumed that this was folded up inside the bag. I didn't see it in any of the pictures, but oh well, what are you gonna do? So anyway, it's totally fine. I just modified this one last night because every time I have been using this bag style, I have been using my original one, but I went ahead and took the flap off of this one last night, and it was really easy to do. There's a little bit of thread stuck here. Just pull that out. It's like a purplish color. It looks like a hole, but it's not. It's just a thread. So as you can see, you do see a little bit of the pinholes here, but they do kind of fade away weirdly because on this one, you can't see the pinholes at all anymore. Like where I took the flap off, it just disappeared. This one, you can see them very lightly, but they're very small. And then you can see where I detached the flap down here. So where you see the white lining is where the flap came off. That is by no means a hole in the bag. That is just the inside material. It's like this really, I don't know what kind of material you call that, but it's just this plushy, breathable material that's inside of the Vera Bradley bags, underneath the cotton lining. So that's what that is. And voila, this flap is off. Oh, and I didn't really explain how I took the button off. It was actually the easiest to do. Literally took me a minute to take it off, but there's a pleather piece that goes across here with the button, and basically all I did was take the scissors, lift up the pleather piece ever so slightly to fit the scissors underneath, and cut the first thread, and that's actually all I had to do, and then the thread started pulling. So if that's how easy it is to take off that little pleather piece. Imagine time and time again pulling on that pleather piece until it loosens up, which is exactly what it started to do to this one before I took the flap off. And it left absolutely no damage. There's no holes, there's no broken pieces of thread, there's no awkward damage, there's no damage done. So like I said, I took a chance on a used bag that I had for a couple years. Came out great, so I thought I'm going to do it to this one too, and it came out great. And this is the current bag that I'm using. So I don't know yet if I would do this on any other pattern. I feel like Heirloom Paisley is a dark, busy, somewhat busy pattern, so you know, there isn't really no damage done to this, but I don't know, like for example, I would never do this to a microfiber Carson shoulder bag, because I don't know if it's, you know, because it's a thicker material, if it would cause damage. I'm just not sure. That's why this video is not me recommending you cut off your flap. I'm just saying this is what works for me. This made me love the bag even more. So I'm just saying that's what I did. Would I do it again to another Carson shoulder bag down the line? Probably, absolutely, actually. It just depends on what the pattern is. I think I'm trying to like rack my brain for patterns that this might not work with. I'm envisioning it would pretty much work with all patterns. You just have to be careful. And I went really slow and I didn't rush through cutting it off because, you know, if you damage a brand new bag, I mean, you can't take it back. You're stuck with it. And to me, it was worth just taking a chance. And I feel like now that I'm 2 bags in on modifying, I feel pretty confident that I could do this to a future Carson shoulder bag, which, to be honest, I do have another one coming. It is one that I got for a really, really, really good deal. And I always want to call it Doodle Dot Paisley, but I think it's Daisy Dot Paisley. So I am going to try it with that one, and maybe I'll pop on here and just show you what that bag, just do like a, you know, what's in my bag, just to show you what that looks like. But I just thought I'd just give you a brief overview of what the Carson shoulder bag looks like without the flap. And I might as well just do a really quick what's in my bag. So in this pocket, I do keep all of my little like cosmetics in terms of, you know, hand sanitizer, chapstick, and lotion. My nail file and nail clippers are also down in this one. And in this one, I do put my phone. It fits really nicely. Can't see it, doesn't stick out. Sometimes I also throw my phone in this back one, and there is a hidden magnet back there, as you can see in here. And I also throw my keys back there, and I also have AirPods, so those go back there too. Sometimes if I want my AirPods to be more secure, I am going to put it on the inside of the bag. And let me just get that open for you so you can see what's going on in there. As you can see, there's lots of Vera and lots of room, which is what I like about this bag. It is taller, it has good pocket structure, and eventually, the more I use this bag, it'll become just as soft and slouchy as this one, which is, I'm looking forward to that. But I do like how it stands nice and tall. As you can see, sitting on my hand, it doesn't slouch all that much, which I like. It's a nice change. So I'll show you the Vera that I've gotten here. So I do still have my travel pill case. Wallet that I'm using is the Zip ID and Heirloom Paisley. And I do have tissues and gum. Got my usual sunglasses, hair tie, my mini notebook. But this is a new item that I recently got from the online outlet for $3.15. I think it's called the mini kiss lock, or the mini kisses, in the pattern Vines Floral. And I will get in close so you can see it. See what it looks like. It's very small, fits in the palm of your hand. Really, really cute. I have been wanting one of these for a really long time. If you look these up on eBay, they are so expensive. They're so expensive. So I have been watching these on eBay. I have like probably 12 of these on my watch list, and I've never purchased any of them because they are very expensive. But as soon as the online outlet came, this is one of the first items that I searched for because I just wanted to see if they were selling the mini kisses, and they were. So they had Vines Floral and Stitched Flowers, which I do have a couple in Stitched Flowers coming too. because I thought of some really good functionality for these. So in this one, I did show you that I have chargeable headphones, but this is a good place to keep my wired headphones, just in case my other ones, you know, happen to die. Like if the battery dies, I have these on standby, and it just fits perfect in there. I folded them up nicely. They're protected, safe from the elements. And I've been trying to find some kind of little tiny pouch to put my headphones in, because I used to keep them in, I have it in my zipper pocket in here. I used to keep them in a little bag like this, but this is way too big. I have my charger in here right now, and I just thought that was way too big to keep headphones in there. So this is perfect for that. I also want to use these for like jewelry, like if I'm taking jewelry somewhere with me, I can just throw a few pairs of earrings in here, so I have options. There was another idea that I had for this style too, but I can't think of it. I mean, you can throw, like, if you need Tylenol or something. I do have a travel pill case already, but if you just need a couple Tylenol, you can throw that in here. I don't know. That's all I got for now. I'm sure more uses will come to me. I know I definitely thought of more the other day that I could use them for, but it's slipping my mind. But this was my big use, is to put my wired headphones in here. Yeah, so I really like these, and they're just so adorable. They're so cute. They're so small. They fit in the palm of your hand. Oops! I should have known that was going to happen. It's just so adorable. I just love Vine's floral. It's just so pretty. So that's just another really cute Vera accessory to add to my Vera Bradley family in there. And so I guess I'll do a really quick, make sure my cat is not behind the chair, do a really quick try on here for you. I just love this bag because it's really lightweight. And I know I don't have too much in there, but it's always really comfortable to wear. I love carrying it long shoulder like you just saw. But it's also a great crossbody bag. And I feel like without the flap, this bag is no longer bulky. Like look at the profile. I mean, the bottom of the bag is really filled. I mean, I know the top portion is not as filled, but the bottom is. And it still tapers up really nice and lays flat. That way I can rest my arm on top of it if I wanted to. I feel like the flap just created a little bit extra bulk that you don't need with this bag. I do understand the functionality of it, that it protects whatever you have in these two pockets, but okay, if I do put my phone in here, I'm gonna be in a place that I know is safe, or I'm gonna just have it, you know, have my arm over it, or just, you know, have it accessible. If I feel like I'm in a place where I don't want my phone to be out in the open in one of these pockets, it's just gonna go back here where it's up against my body. So I really don't need the flap. It works great without the flap. So as I mentioned earlier, I don't use the shoulder strap that comes with this bag because I do like it and I have one, but I really like how this one is. It's like low profile, it's really thin, and I'm pretty petite. I'm like 5'2", 5'3". I have really small shoulders, and so having a really wide strap doesn't always work for me because it will eventually slip down, especially if it's like the seatbelt material. So this one takes up less real estate on my shoulder. And so I feel like it's much easier to carry. As you can see where it's falling, it's not sitting at the edge of my shoulder. It's on the inside and it's really comfortable. So this is the shortest shoulder bag length, and you can see the nice drop there. So I can still easily get inside of these pockets and pull out whatever I need. Go ahead and put my phone in there. I like that I can even lean over and it still stays in place. Like, I have very few shoulder bags that do that. So I feel like this is a really impressive bag because it accommodates a lot. It still lays flat. It's comfortable. The crossbody strap doubles as a shoulder bag strap. So if you do get this style and you don't like the nylon shoulder strap that comes with it, you have this option too. And I'm not lying. It's very comfortable, which is why I appreciate this bag style a lot more than I did before. I think just the flap kind of threw me off. And I'll be honest, in the past, I was one of those people that really hated the hard zippers, but I'm starting, on certain styles, I'm starting to get more used to it. Especially on styles where the zipper goes straight across. It doesn't curve, it doesn't, you know, bulk out. It just goes straight across the top of the bag, and it works perfect. So I've been trying to pay attention to that too. Because I know of some bags, it's like the hard zipper is like a side pocket or something. Sometimes it does get stuck. But if it goes across the top and it's nice and straight, like this one is, it doesn't give me any trouble. So I have learned to appreciate that now. So again, this has been my modified Carson Shoulder Bag in Heirloom Paisley. Here's my original one. Hopefully I'll be back online with another video soon. Maybe when I get my Daisy Paisley, or is it Ditsy Paisley? I don't remember. I think it's Daisy Paisley, but blue is this olive green and blue are my favorite colors, so I'm really excited to get back online and show you what that looks like when I modify it. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Bye for now.